Here we go. The episode begins with Bear Bite Guy from Season 7 asking the Lord of Light to judge the Hound. Young Sad Girl and Blacksmith are here too, just watching. All these people are in the Brotherhood, I think, and it seems like the Hound is about to fight Eye Patch Guy in a trial by combat. Eye Patch Guy lights a sword on fire, and if there's one thing the Hound is afraid of, it's fire. But unlike in Season 7 when the Hound was completely paralyzed by fear when the bear he was fighting catches on fire, this time the fire doesn't really seem to bother him too much and he fights. At one point, the Hound's entire shield catches on fire and he freaks out. He can't get the shield off of his arm, so he does the next best thing, which is to chop straight through Eye Patch Guy's sword and his torso. He dies, but he's in Season 7, so we know he comes back to life. Bear Bite Guy runs over to Eye Patch Guy and asks the Lord of Light to resurrect him. Then Young Sad Girl grabs a knife and tries to kill the Hound. Blacksmith stops her, and then the Hound says that God likes him more than the Butcher's Boy. So was this trial by combat about how he killed the Butcher's Boy in Season 1? Then Eye Patch Guy immediately comes back to life. We cut to Bastard King with the Wildlings. Redbeard and Jack Sparrow are trying to get information out of Bastard King about the Night's Watch, and he tells them which parts of the wall are guarded. Jack Sparrow asks how many men are at Castle Black, and Bastard King says 1,000. Jack Sparrow thinks he's lying, and he's probably right. What are the odds that exactly 1,000 men are at the castle? Bastard King gets mad that Jack Sparrow doesn't believe him and threatens to kill him. Savage Lady stands up for Bastard King and pulls a sword on Jack Sparrow, and then Redbeard comes and throws Jack Sparrow to the ground. Redbeard says that he likes Bastard King, but his face is telling me that he actually hates him. Bastard King tells Savage Lady that he doesn't need her to protect him, and she's like, oh yeah you do, I protected you a bunch, now you owe me something. And she steals his sword and runs away. This is classic schoolyard flirting. Remember when you were a kid and you used to flirt with people by bullying them? One time when I was in high school and I wasn't such the ladies' man that I am now, I asked a pretty girl to dance with me at a school dance, and she said yes. And then the very first thing I said to her when we got on the dance floor was, "Wow, you're short." And instead of laughing at my incredible observation, she just said, "I know." And then we didn't say anything to each other for the rest of the dance. That whole song, we just danced in silence looking at each other. So it didn't work for me, but maybe it'll work for Savage Lady. Bastard King chases her into a cave, and if I'm not mistaken, Savage Lady mentions a cave right before she dies in Season 4. So I think I'm about to see them hook up in this cave. Savage Lady starts taking off her clothes, which takes a few minutes because she's wearing 100 layers. And then she gets naked. She wants Bastard King to have sex with her to break his vows to the Night's Watch. She walks up to Bastard King and kisses him, and then Bastard King is like, okay, this is happening. And he, goes downtown. He crouches down on his knees and kisses her below the belt. After they've gone crazy on each other, Savage Lady is like, hey, you know how you used your mouth on my genitals? That felt nice. Who taught you that? And Bastard King is like, nobody did. I just invented it. I'll call it cunnilingus. And she's like, that's a weird word. Then they jump into the water, and Savage Lady says that she wants to live in this cave forever with Bastard King. Also, these two actors got real life married last month, so you know they had crushes on each other during this scene. I wonder if they messed up lines purposely so that they could stay in this cave naked together longer. We cut to Tall Woman and Handsome Man in Armor being delivered to Angry Eye's dad. He yells at the guy that cut off Handsome Man in Armor's hand and tells his men to cut Tall Woman free. Then he tells Handsome Man in Armor that Daddy Lannister's army fought off Son of Fire and his family is perfectly fine. We cut to Short-Haired Queen's assistant tending to Handsome Man in Armor's wound. The arm is infected, and Short-Haired Queen's assistant wants to cut the arm off up to the elbow, but Handsome Man in Armor won't let him. So Short-Haired Queen's assistant says that he'll just cut off the gross dead flesh and burn away the infection. And he offers Handsome Man in Armor milk of the poppy, which I'm assuming is like an anesthetic, but Handsome Man in Armor refuses. Just take the drugs, you idiot! This is gonna hurt so bad! But nope, he just lets Short-Haired Queen's assistant start the procedure and he screams like the frontman of a metal band. We cut to Short-Haired Queen talking crap about Calm Woman's family to Rat Assistant. She wants him to see if Calm Woman's family can be trusted, so she must have just recently found out that she'll be marrying Curly-Haired Dude, and wants Rat Assistant to dig up some dirt so she can get out of it. We cut to Calm Woman and Peter Dinklage talking about money. The wedding between Jeffrey and Margarine is coming up, and Peter Dinklage wants Calm Woman to help pay for the festivities. Calm Woman is already helping the Lannisters a lot with their war effort, but she decides to also pay for half of the wedding. Also, Calm Woman is a little bit out of my age range for celebrity crushes, but she has some pretty eyes. I bet when she was younger, she was smoking hot. Oh, wow. Yep, she's gorgeous. We cut to Blacksmith telling young sad girl that he's gonna stay with the Brotherhood instead of going with her to be with sexy jawline guy. He says he's tired of serving kings and instead wants to be with the Brotherhood because they're like a family and he's never had a family. Also, did you not see that guy get raised from the dead earlier? Why would I want to leave that? We cut to 2 Justin Biebers sleeping in a jail cell. Which one of these is Justin Bieber? They both look exactly like him. A bunch of screaming men walk into the cell and one of the Justin Biebers asks if they're being rescued. But then both Justin Biebers get stabbed and killed. Okay, so neither of these kids are Justin Bieber. They look literally just like him. So these dead kids are obviously Lannisters, and sexy jawline guy was holding them prisoner until this big bearded nutjob killed them because he hates the Lannisters. This dude looks like if Saruman from Lord of the Rings just let himself go. Sexy jawline guy tells his men to hang this little posse of kid killers. Bad aim guy warns sexy jawline guy not to tell anybody about what happened. Mama Stark agrees and says that Saruman guy is a northerner, and if sexy jawline guy kills him, his whole family will turn on them. Even sexy jawline guy's wife agrees that he should let Saruman guy live so his family will keep fighting for him. Then we cut outside in the rain and sexy jawline guy is just not listening to any of his family at all, and he's gonna kill Saruman guy. He asks him if he has any last words, and he says that if he kills him, sexy jawline guy will be cursed. And then sexy jawline guy chops his head off, and what do you know, he goes on to die 4 episodes later. Thanks a lot for the curse, Saruman guy. We cut to Bear Bite guy telling young sad girl that he's gonna sell her to sexy jawline guy for resources. Eye Patch guy walks over and young sad girl is like, how are you alive right now? Bear Bite guy tells her that Eye Patch guy has died and been brought back to life 6 times, which is the same amount of times he says in season 7, so he must keep a pretty low profile for the next few seasons. They tell young sad girl all the ways he's died and he shows her all of his scars. Young sad girl asks Bear Bite guy if he can bring a man with no head back to life, obviously referring to her dad, and he says it doesn't work like that. Well, why not? It worked for Bastard King, it worked for Eye Patch guy. Papa Starks, by all accounts, is like the nicest guy in the whole show. Just sew his head back on and bring him back to life. We cut to Son of Fire's wife praying, and then Son of Fire walks in. These two do not at all act like a married couple, like ever. Son of Fire feels bad because he's been hooking up with Woman with Red Hair, and as he's about to confess to his wife that he's a cheater, she's like, oh, I know, Woman with Red Hair told me. And I can't blame you, she's super fine and she's a crazy magician. Then Son of Fire's wife walks over to these crazy looking baby incubator things and says, oh my sweet boys, what the heck is this? Oh my god, I think the babies in these weird tubes are stillborn babies that Son of Fire's wife gave birth to? Is that right? Also, it seems like Son of Fire's wife loves these dead babies more than she loves her actual daughter. Speaking of her daughter, Son of Fire goes to Two-Face's room and Two-Face gives him a big hug. She asks if Bastard King's bodyguard came back from the battle with Son of Fire because he's her friend. But Son of Fire says that he's a traitor and he walks away. This poor girl. She has a crazy mom, a dad that's never around, and her best friend is a 60-year-old man who's a traitor. We cut to Tall Woman taking a bath, and then Handsome Man in Armor walks in. He decides he's gonna get naked and take a bath with Tall Woman. Oh man, I really hope these two hook up. I know in season 4, Tall Woman implies to Short-Haired Queen that she loves Handsome Man in Armor, so you know she's down to fool around. But Handsome Man in Armor is being a big jerk. Handsome Man in Armor apologizes and says that he trusts Tall Woman. There's also about a 100% chance that one or both of these people have peed in the tub at this point. Handsome Man in Armor tells the story of why and how he killed the Mad King all those years ago. He says that he killed the king because the king wanted to kill thousands of innocent people in the city with wildfire, and instead of letting him do that, he killed him. Also, the actor that plays Handsome Man in Armor is killing it in this scene. That story really makes me like Handsome Man in Armor a lot. I already like him because of his relationship with Peter Dinklage, but the fact that he killed the Mad King to save thousands of people, he's a good guy. He's just in a really crappy family. It seems like Handsome Man in Armor hasn't really told this story to anybody before, and him opening up to Tall Woman like this makes it seem like he might have feelings for her too. Eventually, the pain from his chopped off hand makes him pass out in the tub, and Tall Woman holds him in her arms. I really hope season 8 ends with Handsome Man in Armor marrying Tall Woman. We cut to Two-Face sneaking over to Bastard King's bodyguard's jail cell. She asks him if he's a traitor, and he says that he is because he disobeyed Son of Fire. Have I seen the episode where that happens? I feel like I don't really know what's going on. Two-Face is such a sweet girl. She brought him a book because she doesn't want him to be bored in the cell. But Bastard King's bodyguard tells her that he can't read. So Two-Face offers to teach him how to read. Oh my gosh, she's so nice. It's no wonder that Bastard King's bodyguard gets so mad in season 6 when he finds out that Woman with Red Hair burns Two-Face to death. We cut to Scar Guy and Gray-Haired Man reminiscing about when they were younger. Gray-Haired Man says that he wants to serve someone he believes in for once. And he asks Scar Guy if he believes in Legolas Queen, and he says, with all my heart. Then we see Legolas Queen talking to biracial Emma Watson. A group of penisless army guys walk over and Legolas Queen asks them if they've chosen a leader, and they all move to reveal Horny Dude. Legolas Queen asks him what his name is, and he says it's Grey Worm. Weird that he would lie like that and not say Horny Dude. Biracial Emma Watson tells Legolas Queen that when these slaves had their privates cut off, their masters gave them names like Grey Worm or Black Rat, so that they always think of themselves as vermin. Ha! Joke's on you, slave masters. I already think of myself as vermin, and my name's Steve. We cut to Sexy Jawline Guy telling his wife that Sauron Guy's family deserted his army, and they had made up half of his forces. Sexy Jawline Guy, you're an idiot. I didn't realize his family made up half your frickin' army. Let the guy do whatever he wants. Sexy Jawline Guy doesn't know what to do next. As he's showing his wife all the cities on his war board, he has an idea. He decides he's gonna go take Casterly Rock from the Lannisters, but he'll need more troops. And the only person who has troops that haven't joined the Lannisters yet is Filch. All right, oh my god, there it is. I can't even enjoy watching scenes with Sexy Jawline Guy and his wife anymore because everything they're doing is just leading to their death. We cut to Red-Haired Queen and Margarine watching curly-haired dudes sword fighting. Red-Haired Queen, not knowing that he's gay, wants to marry him really badly. But then we see a hunky squire walk over and hit on him. And then we immediately cut to these boys going to town on each other in bed. Isn't this hunky squire the same guy that joins in Dreamy Guy's orgy in season 4? Then we cut to Rat Assistant talking to the hunky squire. Oh, so Rat Assistant sent the hunky squire to pork curly-haired dude so he could get some dirt on Calm Woman's family. Ooh, what a rat. We cut outside to Rat Assistant talking to Red-Haired Queen. He asks if she wants to come with him and leave King's Landing, but she's got such a big crush on curly-haired dude that she tells him she wants to stay. Now we cut to Peter Dinklage talking to Daddy Lannister and Short-Haired Queen. Daddy Lannister is mad that curly-haired dude and red-haired queen are in talks to get married because he thinks red-haired queen is the key to the North, and he wants her to marry somebody else. Somebody in the Lannister family. Oh my gosh, this is when Daddy Lannister is gonna tell Peter Dinklage he has to marry her, isn't it? Short-haired queen and Daddy Lannister just look at him and he freaks out. He feels bad for red-haired queen because she's just a child and he knows she doesn't want to marry him. Short-haired queen is acting super smug and making fun of Peter Dinklage. Daddy Lannister does in fact tell him that he has to marry red-haired queen, and then he turns to short-haired queen and tells her that she has to marry curly-haired dude because he's the heir to Highgarden. Highgarden sounds like a place where you grow weed. Short-haired queen gets a whole lot less smug and starts arguing with Daddy Lannister too, but it's no use. Daddy Lannister is in full-on villain mode and he yells at them both and then leaves. And then the episode ends. That was intense. I already knew about all the marriage stuff, but this makes it so much more satisfying that Peter Dinklage kills his dad. This episode was really sexy. I mean, like, a lot of these scenes had a lot of sexy stuff going on. There was Bastard King and Savage Lady getting it on in the cave. There was a lot of sexual tension in that bathtub between Handsome Man in Armor and Tall Woman, and curly-haired dude and the hunky squire had crazy sex. Hey, I'm not complaining. Everybody in this show is beautiful. All in all, this episode filled some gaps for me, which was nice. I learned that Handsome Man in Armor is actually a really good guy, and I saw the invention of oral sex for women, so I'll give this episode a 7 out of 10. Let's reach into these boxes and see which episode I'm gonna watch next. Season 2, Episode 10. Season 6, Episode 7. Season 1, Episode 5. Season 5, Episode 1. Season 3, Episode 1. Hey, what's up, man?
I'm so sorry, I forgot you were filming.
Yeah, how's it going?
Good.
I'll be done in a second. So those are your options for which episode I'm gonna watch next. There should be a poll right here, a little box. Go ahead and click on that and vote for which episode you'd like me to watch. Here's a graphic to show you which episodes I've already seen to help you make your decision. Okay, bye.